Well, hello, and how are you? You find me aboard the boat today. We are going to do an oil change, so it should be a fairly straightforward task, hopefully. It's a simple matter of sucking the oil out of the dipstick hole and then whipping off the oil filter, and then putting a new oil filter on, and then filling it up with oil through the oil filler cap. So we'll see how we go. Hopefully it's fairly straightforward. The engine's running now. I'm warming up the oil because you need the oil nice and warm, so we'll let it run for 10 minutes or so, and then we will commence the operation. We've got some, as recommended by my marine parts supplier, some Sport 15W40 inboard 4-stroke engine oil, and then we've got a recommended oil filter to go on. So that's our engine's running. We've also got our Seago vacuum pump that we're going to get out of the box in a moment. I've not even opened it yet, and then we'll whip the engine cover off, and we'll start this operation. We should get 4.1 litres of oil out of the engine. So I've got a 5-litre water bottle and I've marked it up so I can measure how much, yeah, you can see that. So I can measure how much oil I get out, and then have a rough, and then hopefully we'll get it all out. So I'll bring you back when, I think the only tool we're going to need is our trusty oil filter pliers. So there we go. Got a little funnel off Seago to put the oil back in. That'd be nice. Right, well I will bring you back when the engine has had 15 minutes to warm up. Right, there we go. Quiet, the engine stopped. It's kicking off some heat now, so I'm assuming it's warm enough. I don't know how much you're going to be able to see. Where's a good place for you? Can you see there? Right, it's about as good as it gets. Oops. Come on. Without seeing the table and stuff. Right, okay. Anyway, the bloody engine's going to be cold before we've done this. Right, first things first, let's take the dipstick out, because that's where our tube's going in. Should have dipped it before really, but anyway. She looks lovely and clean. Again, well looked after, well maintained engine, probably done last year. My friend Jim, I know you're watching, told me that you didn't even need to bother doing this, but I said no, I'm going to do it anyway. So, next thing, we're going to take our suction pump, vacuum pump, and we're going to feed. So what I'm going to do, that clearly is dipping the oil, so I'm expecting to get about this much of the hose in before it starts wrapping around back on itself again. So let's see if we do get that much in. There you go. So I think that's touching the bottom now, so that's about right. It's what I wanted. So let's, here it comes. Said don't overdo it. So here comes the oil out of the engine. The power of the suction pump is sucking it through. There's going to be a lot to come out, isn't there? They said don't over pump this thing, otherwise you just blow the vacuum on it. So let's keep going. I'll bring you back in a sec. Gonna have quite a lot in that tube. Here she comes now. Right, you ready? Now we've just got to wait for 4 litres to come out of it, which seems quite a lot. Don't know if you've got markings on this. Wish I brought the electric one there. Right, you get the idea. Right, I was going to say this pump was absolutely rubbish until I realised where the air leak was in the system. I just hadn't tightened this up right. I thought it was coming out of the breather tube. I thought it was the valve release thing, but no. So now you can see little bits of debris and stuff going through the tube, and I've just done the last litre as quick as I just did the last 250 mil. Anyway, we're nearly there now. Right, just past 3 litres. It's doing quite well on its own, so just waiting. You live and learn. I'll do better next time. But so the oil's probably cooled down a bit now. The engine's still quite warm, so but the oil's not as hot as it was at the start. But it's coming out. We're nearly there. Looking, you can see better than me. We're close to 4 litres. Is this supposed to? It takes 4.1 litres. So, and obviously we'll have a bit in filter and a bit in the sun that we can't get to. So let me have a look. Yep. So that's pretty close to 4 litres. So it's going to start in air in a minute, hopefully. Otherwise we're pulling out too much oil. Right. We're heading for 4.5 litres now. We've not even started sucking air yet. We've got 5 litres of oil. Yeah, the markings on this, on the pump, say we're at 4.5 now. Oh, no. Jeez. We're assuming that this is not the most accurate measuring instrument. That's well over 4, well it's not well over, but it's over 4.5 litres now. Here we go, that's it. I'm getting air through now. Thank
God. Right, it's amazing how much like dribbles is down the bottom there, but I suppose they're all just all stuck to the side of the engine and dropping down a bit. So what we will do is leave that in just a minute, push it out of the way, and then we'll do the oil filter now. It's just here. Then we'll stick the new oil filter on, and then we'll give it another quick suck, because you can see it's big, like some big globs of oil still coming through. Like, yeah. So we'll let it settle a little bit more, a few bit more bits and bobs drop to the bottom of the tank, or the engine, so to speak. Right, I'll stop for a sec, and then we'll figure out the oil filter. Right, here's our new one. Everyone loves an unboxing, so let's have a look. Very good. Yeah, that's about right. So, oh, everyone loves new parts. We'll put the old one back in there when we're finished. Right, we do need to get a bit of oil just to seal that, but we'll get the old one off first, which is going to be a messy job. Right, let's give this a go. Right, if I was putting it on, I'd do that. So if I'm taking it off, I've got to do that. Okay, easy as that. There'll be a bit of tidying up to do here, won't there? Obviously. That'll be a lot of the oil. Well, I hope you caught that. There you go, we did lose a little bit, but in the grand scheme of things, that went particularly well. Right. Put it back in the box from moment. Geez, that went so well. I should have got the other one ready first, shouldn't I, really? But jeez, I love this blue stuff. Cannot get enough of it. So impressed with that. So impressed. Don't know where that went. Can't even see it. On there somewhere. Few drops right in there. Bilge. Okay. Right. Go open this big boy. I cannot believe how much oil came out of it. It's 5 litres, man. I'm not putting 5 litres back in. It's the manual says 4.2 litres at the most. So let's start with that, eh? And then dip it. That's what you do. That is what you do when you're being sensible. You're doing a job properly. The idea was to decant that that old oil into that measuring jug. Maybe we'll do that as well. Maybe we won't. Maybe we'll do that. Right. Come on, son. Child locked. I'll get it off with these bloody gloves on. Right, I don't want to cut there. That'd be embarrassing. Cutting just because I can't get the top off the oil. There it is. It's because I had the gloves on his glove. That's annoying. Right, it's going to be a right messy job getting this bloody oil in here. Right, blade. Got blade. Nearly dropped that in there. That'd have been bad, wouldn't it? Jeez Louise. Wouldn't have been happy with that, would you? Not in the slightest. Right. So, you're still watching? What you need to do is get your new filter, get a bit of your new oil, and just run it around the seal like that. It's plenty, so I'll put a bit more on just in case. There we go. So off these little digits. Right, let's get this back on. Gotta be very careful you get your threads lined up. And then you give it a few turns and then you go, and that is tight enough, he says. That is proper tight now. That is super tight. Right, what I'll do with you one last time, and then I'll turn you off probably for a sec, is we said we were going to let that oil settle down the bottom, didn't we? See how clean the tube is now. Give that another go. Right, that, seeing as I've got, well actually, no, it's settled down a bit. We've got 4.5 litres, okay, 4.5 litres out. Oh Jesus, there's still more coming out though. Just trying to be super clean and tidy, because as us mechanics know, you want to get as much of that old oil out as well. You don't want to contaminate all your lovely new oil with all that dirty old oil, do you? Right, that'll do. That's all I'm going to do. Just catch that. Bit of tissue. Maybe hold it in the air. As best I can. Try and drain it down. Right, I'm even more confused now because my measurement bottle from home says I've only taken just over 3 litres out of it, so that's not right. So anyway, we'll see if we can get this in here without spilling too much all over the shop. Good start, it's about half a litre. It's about 2 litres. We'll put 3 in and then dip it, I suppose. Two and a half. We'll put a good 3 in. Took 3 out. Right. That's 3. What are you saying? That's 3. So what are you saying? You want to dip it, yeah? Okay. TV even registered. Yep, I've got oil. Good. Just on the stick though, not very high up. Don't put well, put another half a litre in maybe. It's almost exactly 3.5 now, lads and lasses. Right, we're on the stick. Put another dribble in, another 250ml maybe, and then we'll run it for a minute or 2. Okay, dip it. Okay, that's on the stick. So, but obviously, as we know, got to fill the oil filter, haven't we? So, let's start her up. Let's take that out. Just put the top back on that for safety. You can't see any of this. Put that back in there. That is. Put that back in there. Okay. Right, you want to stay there? Is it a cold start? Can't know, can it? Battery's on. I'm going to have to get out for this. You just stay there and watch. Got to check for the raw water, haven't I? Right, you're actually attached to the mains now. So, yes, I went to stop the engine and run the engine, and I think the camera ran out. So, I dipped it again, and in actual fact, I didn't need to put any more oil in. So, we'll leave it here now, and then we'll come back and run it. Well, next time we run it, we'll check the oil, and we might dribble a little bit more if necessary. If not, job done. So took longer than expected, but it always does the first time. So yeah, very good. Next weekend we are sailing, so big adventure. So I'll see you next weekend. Bye for now.